Alright everybody, I am back and I am here with my dude, Napoleon. Oh yeah, and we're using the Persian Empire. Fits perfectly like a glove. Now if you look at this, this is the Empereur de France. This is the Imperial French version of Napoleon who comes with the Founders Pack. The reason is because he's got very interesting skills. He gets a sanction called Continental System that reduces trade route limits. I still don't know how to find your trade route limit, so whatever. And also causes a massive relationship penalty. But if you look, you get plus 8 gold per age for every leader you are unfriendly or hostile with, which means that you don't lose gold because people don't like you, you get gold. And because of Persia, we also get the Immortals. And we can get plus 3 combat strength when we attack first. That's for everybody. And we also get 30% production to the Gate of all nations, which is really good because it keeps us from taking any kind of friendly hits or any issues whatsoever when it comes to starting wars, which we're going to be doing a lot of. Okay, so as I said, I wanted this to be a little bit more tutorial. Since I understand a lot about this game now, and I may not be a master of it, I may have only played through one, but I've been doing a lot of playing of it, I just haven't finished the games. So, first off, I forgot to give my guy my attributes. We started with a militaristic attribute, and we also get plus 2 combat strength. We're going to do the war support. We'll get into that when we start our wars. But the way this works, folks, is it is not like fishing quad would give me food. Boats. There are navigable rivers. I think I'm going to go with okay, so we got to have that granary. Let's do the granary first so we can get plus 1 food here. The way it works in this game is you don't need builders. Builders are not necessary. Builders are not existent in this game. What you have is, at certain points, your population, which never goes down because of science. Your population never goes down because of settlers or anything. Natural wonders, yes. Settlers, or not natural disasters, yes. Settlers, no. And everything you have, you keep throughout the course of the game, all your resources, whatever. And when that happens, that your population gets to go up, you purchase a tile. A tile is then improved, and you have farms, and you have plantations, and you have mines, and you have quarries and stuff. You don't need a builder to improve them. They improve on their own. Also, you see that there is a settlement cap, which you can go over, but you notice there's another stat here called happiness we never had before. It was there. You wanted to keep everybody happy. And I could never keep anybody happy in my parties or in my cities and whatever. But really what it comes down to is... happiness is now a gauged currency that you can increase. And when you do, there are lots of benefits, but you need to keep everybody happy so that they don't start turning on you. And it's pretty much the same thing as 6. If you notice, I'm using a specific skill on the scout. The scout can do this, which is increase sight range by 1, or it can do this, which is it can increase sight range by 1 and find any sort of what they call goody hubs. There's one down here. This is something that'll trigger a narration. But if you notice, we have camels and we have gold. I'm going to go with gold because it makes buildings cheaper. And let's see. I'm going to save it. We're going to call this one, obviously, I'm going to call it Napoleon. So the way it works is you want to spread, you want to settle, but this is not like the previous one. Well, let me just do this. Let me get rid of this. Shit. Too many save games here. Where you don't know really how to win other than, well, with domination, you just take everyone's capital. With science, you have to go through the whole space program and launch this and that and the other thing. Here we have a very distinct manner of winning. We have a cultural victory, or golden age. Per age, you have golden ages. This is, of course, the golden age. Would require us to build for the cultural golden age 7 world wonders. Military, we want to spread and possibly take everyone's capitals or everyone's cities or towns. Science, we want to get codices, and we'll get into that. And economic victories, yes. We have economic victories. We want to get resources. And we'll go into how we do with that. Also, when it comes to settlements, you want to make sure that you're buying fresh water. Otherwise, your happiness goes down. You want to keep your happiness nice and high, especially if you're starting a war. So happiness is a lot more gauged now than it used to be. Let's go to writing. Go to writing immediately so we can get our libraries. Ooh, speaking of, this one, that little sparkly thing that we picked up, gives us an opportunity to get more science, which then lowers the amount of turns we need for writing. So essentially it's the same game as 6. It's just that there is a little bit more drawn out in front of you than 6 was, which is why I've played a few games and I've watched a few games and I can already give you good indication as to how to play this game well. Successfully, that's up to the computer or whoever you're playing against. All right, so now the granary is set. I'm just going to start building warriors. You can buy buildings here. You can buy troops here. Same thing as it was in 6. Everything is the same. It's just different. So when you look at... We're going to go with mysticism first. That's the civic tree. When you look at... Okay, so now this is our government. Our government is just how we celebrate our happiness totals. And we're going to go with production and science. So if you were to look at your leader here, these are mementos, by the way. Mementos you get from using certain leaders and playing the game itself. You have your own experience point totals and their experience point totals, and you can unlock these mementos, which give you an advantage. I say screw it. Deity always has an advantage. So I put mementos on. You can do that in the selection process. But if you were to look, you see that little happiness thing down there? We're getting 6 happiness per turn. At this stage, we have 22 turns to get a celebration. A celebration is what you just saw me pick for my government. Governments celebrate through whatever you pick. So in this case, we'll get either more, what was it, culture? Or more production towards units. So now I just unlocked the camels, or I'm working the camels tile. That gives me more room. Ooh. Tile becomes horse resource, or I'm just going to go for food right now. Camels give you more resource slots. I'm planning to do some slots myself, and resources we need to win an economic golden age. You have 3 ages. You have the antiquity age, which is where we are. You have the navigational age, which is where we're going. And then you have the modern age, which is where we're going to finish. Whenever you get a golden age, you get benefits that can help you in the next era. And then ultimately, you have to win one way or another in the modern age. That's how it works. So with Persia, my capital, we're going to wait until... All right, we can't do that. So we're going to get more food in the settlement so we can spread our... Oh, and we have an independent. Independents work like barbarians. I do want a settler. Independents can be either a pain in the ass or they can be a boon. Either they stay as barbarians or they can be, you can suzerain them and get benefits. But it requires a lot of influence. Influence is that other stat up here. That stat that says plus 10 up there, that global thing, that's influence. That's how you have your diplomatic endeavors, which is where you can counter spy and all that other stuff that we used to do on our own. You don't need spies, you don't need builders. What we need some food, man. Food and happiness. Let me think. There's gold up in the Nar Hills. Let's go over here. This is a decent start. It's not great in terms of production or food, but it's a decent start. We've got some good stuff going on, and one of the reasons is because I'm out in the desert again. But unlike 6, this game, you can work any tile with anything. So as long as you unlock the tile, you will be working it. And when you're working it, you can get an advantage out of it. So that's what's most important. I got a lot here. I got marble. I have gold, another bit of gold, which is 20% towards purchasing buildings. I have vino, which gives us happiness. I have ivory. The next place we're going to settle is going to be around here. We want to settle in this area. So the way it works, we have a... Ooh, I got something down there. We have an independent city down here as well that is friendly. Okay, so our library is now available.
Commands it.
Along with wonders. Don't forget wonders. I'm going to keep going with the science. I want animal husbandry now. I'll let you go here. Oh! Herikuago!
The land looks after us.
This is a natural wonder, and that natural wonder, if you settle anywhere near it, will give you, what is it? I keep forgetting to do this. By the way, this is the Switch version. Hit the LB and go to yields. This gives you food and culture on every tile. Okay, I need you to go down here. As I was saying with Napoleon, his benefits don't seem to be that beneficial. But when you think about it, trade routes or whatever, if you are at war with somebody or somebody just doesn't like you, you're making money. And it does help. How much is a library again? 180 for the brickyard and... Okay. Oh, and we have ivory right here as well. Not bad. Not a bad start. Oh, look at that. Take that, please. So every time you touch these things, as I was saying, you have one of these. You can choose what you would prefer. Food and production in Persia, absolutely. Okay, so there is, and now we get food and production in Persia again. So now that that's finished, we're going to go with another settler. And yeah, I'm going to settle here. Now, settlements work differently now. First off, you can't steal a settler. You can kill a settler, but you can't steal one. Also, settlers do not... Your founder founds the capital. And the capital is a city. The other settlements are towns. Towns have less maintenance. They also have less opportunity for buildings. So like, for instance, you can't put a library in a settlement, which is now going to be a town. Also, you want to make sure that they're close enough that they connect to the city, but not too far that they, or too close that they will stop your spreading of the city. Because whatever the towns yield, go to the city.
Watches butterflies with envy.
So although you can get a granary, a brickyard, and all that basic stuff, I'm going to go with writing too, so my library has more science per turn. Oh, and we met a civilization. This is Rome. And who is governing Rome? That's the question. Settle right here, please. Baboom. Okay, so now we have Sparta. This is Sparta. Let's get that. And I have another resource. It is incense, which gives us more science per turn in the capital. Not much, but there it is. All right, so we found our first victim. Ravenna, that's Rome, and it's probably going to be Frederick or Lafayette. Okay, we want happiness in science. We want to get our first celebration, and I'll show you how that works. Next, see, so you see the road here is connected. You don't have to be Rome to do it. That means that this is feeding the capital now, and whatever resources we get here, we can give to the capital. There's a celebration. Now, obviously, we want science because we're not producing any kind of units, and then we're going to get some culture at the palace. Oop, 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 oop. I'm just going to sit right here. It's Niccolo Machiavelli.
Niccolò Machiavelli, per servirvi. In qual modo potrete voi...
Niccolo Machiavelli was somebody I was thinking of using for this.
In qual modo
Because
potrete...
he is an absolute monstrosity. We're not going to be friendly. We're going to just be unbiased. Because the plan is we want to ensure that we piss him off. I'm not giving him anything. And then this way we'll make some free money. We're also looking to take him out. Machiavelli has no real military benefits. But man, oh man, we can get him rich. We can get him rich by simply denying his advancements diplomatically.
But it is in this one.
All right, time for a pantheon. We don't have to build anything for a pantheon. We just have to study mysticism. And now let's get discipline so I can get my commanding officer. Okay. So these are our... I want to do the military city, the military units. Yeah, no, I understand. I get it. So I'm going to kind of put my warrior back, but I'm not going to run away. I'm going to keep him close. Okay, who are you? Oh, we got a flood. I want a... Well, an altar would be great. I want a library, if I may. Alright, so this is something I want to point out to you. We have districts now, urban areas, and rural areas. Rural areas are where the farms and irrigations and all that other stuff are. Urban are where your buildings are. You can put buildings together in what are called quarters. It's best not to have too many tiles dedicated to individual buildings. It's also better to put something like this. A library where the granary is, because we get culture and science. We also get 4 science. There are adjacencies to everything. Typically, it is that your adjacencies are based off of being built near wonders and what have you. The game will tell you... Who are you? Come on. I'm just gonna chill. I want to go down here. There's our next settlement. So now I have 200 gold. I could buy a brickyard to get more production. I could buy a warrior. I'm going to buy a brickyard. Now what I like to do with brickyards and saw pits is put them in the same thing. So I'm going to put a brickyard there. As you can see, I can buy a building. It's no big deal. And now that building gives us more production. This way the library doesn't take 300 turns. Now, deity will still deity. And what that means is, if you notice, Machiavelli has 34 culture and 23 science per turn at this stage. It's the way it is. I do need... Yeah, let me... none of these things have food, really. This does. Let's get some ivory. Ivory, I think, is production towards military units as well. Come on, who are you? Oh, there was something. Tier! There we go. So now with these little independents, you can... For 170 influence, I have 320. You can try to befriend them, and then you can throw another 100 to make sure that they are your friends. We can then become suzerain, and we can get benefits. Many, many benefits. They don't just help during conflict, but they also can give you certain boons. So we're going to get this library. We're going to try to then build an army. We're going to just build an army. All right, so gypsum will also increase production. So now this the capital has 14 production. Let's see. Wonders. Okay, so wonders. If they're placed in certain areas. Alright. There's one there, there's one here. Let's go here. And we've met Ahsoka. Or Osheka. And he has 81 happiness already. This guy is disgusting.
The spoken word,
I'm going to try to become friends with him for now.
written word.
Because Machiavelli I can probably take out. You never know with deity. This guy is another story. And he's using India. And he has elephants. And elephants can destroy your districts without even a moment's notice. I will be friendly with him, yeah. We're going to try our best to become friends with Ahsoka for now. And I'll give you open borders. Okay. So as you can see, he's already at... I want irrigation again, another population spread point. I have a great work. Oh. I got a codex. Yeah, I got a codex. That's giving me +2. Codex or codices, happiness and culture. Codices are what we need for a scientific victory. So as you can see, Ahsoka has 25 culture, 35 science, 90 happiness. Like I was saying, you know what? I do need a city up here, though. Where is he? Okay, let's keep looking. I want to spread here. But Machiavelli's already doing... No, I want to spread here. Do I want to go back, though? Happiness. Like, really, do I want to go backwards? I don't think so. I'll just settle down here for now. And then we'll settle up there when I get the opportunity. You can settle over your limit. It's just going to kill your happiness if it's too far over. And we got marble here too. Sweet. Settling near mountains and stuff doesn't really hinder you at all at this point. I mean, you want good tiles with production, food. You want to be able to eat. Like, as you can see, it's going to take 27 turns for me to get to the next population. Oh, look at that. I'm getting gold for an emissary. All right. Yep. Well, there is marble. Wonders placed on grasslands. We need wonders. And now, because I have money, I'm going to buy a warrior. Typically, they'll tell you to try to get 2 scouts, 3 scouts. No, I go with warriors. Especially if I'm looking to take a civilization on. Warriors and slingers. And there's the final in this area. Confucius. Confucius say, I've got a lot of science per turn. Not the first time I faced Confucius, but he's got some decent skills. He's mostly science. Okay, I need food. I have no food. I'm not going to support. I will accept. So they will keep giving you these diplomatic invites. And what they do is, let's get an altar so I can take advantage of my Pantheon. Not on the brickyard, I'll put the 2, it is good. Altars don't last forever. No. Oh, look at that. I have an aggressor by my city. Or by my town, really. As you can see, Confucius already has 5 settlements. But the thing is, you kind of want to get... So these are towns, like I was saying, they can't build libraries. Oh, well, that'll help with the food issues. I will accept you'll only get 50 gold. Okay. I mean, you do want to take on some of these because they can improve your overall yields. Nope, alright. Nothing there got destroyed. We're good. Now we get more food if we work those tiles. Gotta work the tiles, baby. But, like I was saying, deity will always deity, which means that you destroyed my library, didn't you? Did you destroy my library? Because my science went down. It's still there. Which means that they will always have an advantage. Now, if they institute it, they will get more if you don't fully defend it or fully agree to it. Okay, listen. We gotta cut the shit, alright? Now, let's see. I'm trying to get independence. Oh, shingles. Man, I didn't want any of that. Alright. I'll be back in a second.